Hello. About what's happening in Italy, um, is the panic justified? On the face of things, everybody, all the experts are saying yes, um, it's definitely justified. No question. How can you even suggest that the panic and the hysteria in Italy is not justified? How can you claim such a thing? Um, in order to understand what's happening in Italy, first of all, we should understand that in the winter period in Italy, uh, there are 2,000 deaths a day. Every day, 2,000 people are dying. And that's a very important statistic. Um, we should also look back to the winter of 2014, when um, the AH3N2 flu virus killed 20,000 people, um, mainly old people. Um, and also, we should be keeping in our minds, always in the background, the winter of 2016, just a mere 4 years ago, when 25,000 people died of flu in Italy. Now, are we going to reach 25,000 this year with the corona outbreak in Italy? And the answer is I am pretty sure that we may reach it, but we won't pass it. In other words, if I'm right in my prediction, and today is the 23rd of March, and we've been seeing in recent days a death rate from the coronavirus in Italy of over 800 people a day, um, then if I'm right, this outbreak is no more serious than previous flu epidemics. Okay, previous flu epidemics, somehow people were just too busy to notice. And this time we're busy, we're not so busy, it would appear, and we've got more time. Somebody has woken up to the fact that flu viruses are very dangerous. But I don't believe that this is fundamentally different from other flu viruses. I predict that in the next week or two already, we will be seeing a drop in the mortality rate, very significant drop in the mortality rate in Italy, as we saw in China, that the mortality rate started very high and then dropped, and now is very low. Not just because people are self-isolating, not just because. Even if they weren't self-isolating, we would still be seeing a significant drop in the next couple of weeks, because that's how flu viruses always work. They strike in the winter months, they have a peak, and then they drop afterwards. And that is what we're seeing here in Italy. Therefore, I know that I am saying something which is running completely against the grain of all the so-called experts, the professors and the doctors, the statisticians, all the various experts who are saying that Italy is in a tremendous crisis at the moment that has never been seen before. I'm arguing that it is a crisis. Of course, it's a crisis, but it's a crisis that Italy has been through in the past. And therefore, this is the steps being taken by governments in various countries to close down their economies. This is not necessarily the right thing to be doing, and in my view, we should be strengthening the medical preparations for flu in the long term. Once again, I am saying that the crisis in Italy is not different fundamentally from previous years, and we will be seeing a gradual fallout, a reduction of the daily cases. Let's remember that in Italy, almost every winter, the death rate is 2,000 people a day overall. And during the rest of the year, it's slightly less than that, perhaps around 1,700 deaths a day during the rest of the year. So that is my message to governments. Don't get your people into a panic, okay, because of what is happening in Italy, and everybody's afraid that what's happening in Italy is going to happen to their country. Let's just remind ourselves that in the UK, in the winter of 2014, there were 28,000 deaths from flu. So what's happening is not new, and there is no need to panic.